and welcome to Brands Hatch for the season finale of the 2014 Power Maxed Mini Challenge. Now, the championship titles were actually decided following racing at the last round at Silverstone. So let's head down to the paddock and catch up with the newly crowned Mini Challenge champions. Well, Chris, congratulations. Here we are, the final round of the season, but you already know that you are the Mini Challenge champion. How does that feel?
Yeah, ecstatic. It was decided on Saturday morning in the office rather than on the circuit, which I'd rather have won it on the circuit, but we've worked hard all year, and to come away with the championship with Accelerate has been fantastic. I won this championship in 2011, and that gave me the opportunity to go to America and do some mini racing over there. So hopefully, next year plans-wise, we've got the new Gen 3 car. We're hoping to get a couple of them, as well as running 2 club cars under the new banner SL Group Racing. So looking forward to that. Hopefully we can get some good drivers and hopefully run at the front in both classes.
Sounds like you've got some exciting plans ahead then. You certainly sound like a bit of a mini junkie. What is it about Mini Challenge racing that does it for you?
It's always close racing. I've done a few other series, and the way the sort of technical side with comparing the data over everyone's car to make sure no one's cheating or anything like that, that's spot on in this championship. So it really is down to the driver at the end of the day.
How does it feel to be 2014 Cooper Class champion?
It feels fantastic. I've got to say massive thanks to Coastal. Last couple of years we've been with them. They've not put a foot wrong all the time we've been there. So it's been a fantastic year. We've found some fantastic racing this year as well. Yesterday it was fantastic racing. Didn't quite go to plan, but Ricky and Josh and everybody. The racing this year has been 10 times better than last year. So to come out on top again has been fantastic. But I've just really been enjoying myself. So it's going to be different next year. Not racing these cars. That's the only thing. The only thing we do know that we're doing next year is we're not coming back to Coopers. So it's going to be different. But I'm looking forward to a new challenge. We're looking at a few new things. The new Gen 3 car is sort of near the top of the list, right at the top of the list. So,
what is it about Mini Challenge racing in particular that keeps you coming back season after season?
It's just the enjoyment of it. There's not much damage. Great people, great racing, and the cars, the Cooper especially, it's a nice car to run. It doesn't really go wrong. It's a strong car, so it's just an enjoyable championship to race in. So.
Now, the season may be drawing to a close, but today sees the launch of an exciting new initiative from Mini Challenge. Here to tell you more about it is Ben Evans.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, the Magnificent Seven, the top 6 JCW drivers and the leading Cooper Class driver will be heading to Silverstone in November for a shootout where they'll be judged on their performance, physical fitness and promotional ability by a varied panel of judges. What they are shooting out for is a prize of either a British Touring Car Championship test or a very attractive package for next year's Mini Challenge. The prize being very generously backed by the best of British partners of the Power Max Mini Challenge. Also making the headlines at Brands Hatch, the very welcome return to the Mini Challenge of John O'Brown.
Tell us a bit about why you've been away. It's been quite a year for you, hasn't it?
2 weeks before Donington, the first round, went to get my licence upgraded and had a small health check and had an issue there. So obviously got referred to hospital and found out it was a bit more serious, so I had to have an operation. So that did certainly change plans for the year, and obviously I had to back out, and it was unfortunate. Obviously was looking really good and won the last race of the season before. So yes, and obviously 6 weeks prior and after the operation now I'm okay. Been given the all clear, and just wanted to get back out and navigate in the car and see where I stood up against this year's drivers, and it's been absolutely mega.
Well, you certainly didn't waste any time getting back behind the wheel, did you?
No, it was raring to go, and there was obviously the last round, so I thought, we'll give it a try, and mega. Can't believe I'm back. I just want to say a massive thank you to the paddock. Been absolutely brilliant, and obviously the people in the paddock are lovely and welcomed me back very nicely. And Mini Challenge team did an absolute excellent job, and Accelerate Motorsport getting me out in the car, and it's wonderful.
And you certainly didn't waste any time getting back to the front of the pack either, did you?
No. Qualifying went really well. Came over the line, saw P1 and thought, a bit of a surprise to me. knew it was a good lap, but obviously came in, saved the tyres and had a good margin, so I was really happy with that.
Pole position for Jono Brown then, but it's not necessarily where you want to be at Brands Hatch, because Lawrence Davey was able to get the jump from the line with the slightly lower elevation as behind. Cooper class were very tightly bunched through Paddock Hill Bend. Mark Wakefield looking to make progress, as was Chris Knox in the JCW class, the champion confirmed before Brands Hatch, to progress from 10th on the grid. Lawrence Davey, Neil Newston, Jono Brown making the early run in front of the JCW class, as the Coopers tried to go 3, even 4 wide through Druids. Somehow they made it cleanly through, and Gideon Cresswell making good progress. It's behind Will Dendy's moment meant that Max Lever got sandwiched heading into Graham Hill Bend. Lever, though, looking to fight back immediately en route to Surtees. It's quite the first lap, as Ricky Page and William Phillips did battle at the front of the Cooper class. Page, a brave move into Westfield. Lawrence Davey, though, set about trying to put a gap over the rest of the field, as he was clear out front. The race, unfortunately, came to a very premature end for Martin Poole, who was beached at Clearways. Shane Stoney, Josh Gollin, William Phillips and Ricky Page formed the leading group in the Cooper class. It was an absolutely fantastic battle between this quartet. Jono Brown showed no signs of race rustiness whatsoever, as he made a 5 pass to the inside. Lawrence Davey en route to Hawthorns. Nothing really that Davey could do about that, as Brown set off into the distance. Kevin O'Connor had one of the most remarkable accidents that you'll see this season, losing the car, almost saving it en route into the pit lane, unfortunately just clipping the Armco. His race was at an end. Max Levers didn't last much longer, trying to go to the inside of Gideon Cresswell at Stirling's. The pair of them ran out of road. Lever clouted the wall. Val in the Cooper class was equally frantic. This was arguably the move on which the race hinged. William Phillips to the inside of Shane Stoney, but watch on the exit, Shane Stoney out wide, all 4 wheels across the white line, and that earned him a 5-second penalty. It essentially meant that he slipped down to 4th, even though he was first on the road. So it was an emotional triumph for Jono Brown, who led from a charging Chris Knox, with Neil Newston completing the podium. So there's Shane Stoney at the front of your picture. He took the flag in the Cooper class, but in fact it was Ricky Page who was given the win from William Phillips and Josh Gollin. Delight for Jono Brown and his friends, family and well-wishers. What better way to return to the Power Max Mini Challenge. Another victory in the Cooper class for delighted Ricky Page. And then a very, very popular win for Jono Brown.
Welcome back. Thank you.
So let's have a look then at the results, with victory for Jono Brown from Chris Knox and Neil Newston. Henry Dupree in 4th. In the Cooper class, Ricky Page victorious from William Phillips and Josh Gollin. Shane Stoney slips to 4th. Those results give us the basis for the grid for race 2.
Starting in 2nd place, it's our newly crowned 2014 champion, Chris Knox. And starting from pole position, well, it's our returning driver, Jono Brown.
And this second race of the weekend is going to be the rolling start race, which always adds an extra dynamic. So Jono Brown, thumbs up from pole. What a weekend he's had so far. Can he make it 2 from 2? As the cars set off on their formation lap. As the pace car peels in, we'll be going racing on the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. Always a favourite of the drivers, and here they come now, bunched up, ready for the lights on the gantry to change. The 2 distinct grids, the JCWs and the Cooper cars, as away we go. It's a good start from Jono Brown. You can see him looking to the left then to see where Chris Knox is, but it's Brown in the red car who's got the inside line heading towards paddock. The same for Ricky Page amongst the Cooper class runners, as all the JCW cars cleanly through the first turn, climbing uphill towards Druids. Knox already looking to challenge Brown though. It's behind in the Cooper class, William Phillips, the white number 17 car, to the inside at Druids, but it's Ricky Page who leads the way from Phillips, then Shane Stoney. The rest of the pack just about giving each other enough room as they arrive into the tight left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. Meanwhile, the JCW cars into Surtees, and Chris Knox already challenging for the lead. It's behind Lawrence Davey, gets it all a bit sideways, and he's tagged Alan Taylor. and Taylor completely instant to that. You could see Davey just a little bit too late on the brakes, maybe caught out by cold tyres. It's down into Hawthorns, and it is still Brown from Knox. Then Neil Newstead, Henry Dupree in fourth. He has got Hamish Brandon all over his tail. Then Rob Smith in sixth position, in car with Chris Knox through Westfield. Exhilarating section of the circuit. The road really does plummet downhill before you climb up to Sheen. Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, one of those tracks where it's almost impossible to have a dull race, as Chris Knox looks to line up for the move here on John O'Brown into Sterling. Surely not around the outside. He's going to make it stick. Brilliant stuff there from Chris Knox. You do not see that every day. And so Knox snatches the advantage, and that is the sort of driving that has taken him to the 2014 Power Max Mini Challenge crown. John O'Brown, though, coming back onto his tail with the sort of driving that might take him to the 2015 title as he settles into the slipstream behind Knox. The pair of them sprint across the start and finish line on towards Paddock Hill Bend. Swoop downhill. Still got Neil Newstead there in third position, just holding that watching brief, waiting to see how it all unfolds. Up around the hairpin. Down into the left-hander. Sprint along the Cooper Straight. Meanwhile, Ricky Page from Shane Stoney. Then we've got William Phillips, who's about to be demoted by Josh Gollin. Ian Cresswell trying to make progress. Gollin does indeed move up to third place in the Cooper class. There's Cresswell, the silver car, as he looks to try and elevate himself up ahead of Simon Walton. There's Walton running a little bit wide through Surtees, and that is going to give the opening to Gideon Cresswell. Now Cresswell should have the straight line speed advantage towards Hawthorns. Leading the way, it is Knox. In pursuit, John O'Brown, and the gap back to Neil Newstead. Turn through the left-hander at Sterling's, and the camber really makes that slightly quicker turn than you'd expect, and then you get propelled downhill very rapidly as well. Behind Grace Williams in the thick of the action in the Cooper class as Shane Stoney begins to apply the pressure to Ricky Page. We're going to take a short break. Join us in a couple of moments as the action continues.